Are you smarter than a podcaster?
First advice segment of Dear Velocity Chaos.
And
We're talking about lizard people.
Oh, God. Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos.
Coming to you at the speed of sound. We are on the air at the Hexapod Sound House in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Nick, and I am joined by my incredible genius-level co-host, Luke.
I can't even find my own head if it weren't attached to my body, so I don't know about that. But thank you, Nick. I just want to introduce you guys to this part of our race today, DJ Finish Line.
oh, you guys are always first in my eyes. Thanks for having me out today.
Oh, thanks for being here, Nick. What do we got on the racetrack today?
Oh, we got a great pole position. Conspiracy theory is right out of the gate, and then we're going to roll right into Are You Smarter Than a Podcaster, our trivia section. Finally, we're going to round it all off with a checkered flag of Dear Velocity Chaos. We're launching a new segment here that's all about giving the best advice. Just a reminder to our returning listeners and a note to our new friends. Here at the Velocity Chaos podcast, we explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tickle that pink thing between your ears, poke the frontal lobe, and sometimes just smash the laugh box. So hop in and buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves.
And I just want to catch you guys before we get into all that. Just a reminder to follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod, on Facebook, and also on Twitter at Velocity Chaos P. Also, drop us some stars on Apple Podcasts, some love on Spotify. I can't get past saying that, so I'll just keep on saying that 100 and whatever times over. And toss us a sub on the YouTube. Thank you, as always, for your support.
All right. As we do every time, we're going to do a quick warm-up of word association. So the DJ here is going to give us a little roll of the D6s to determine how many turns we got. Oh, okay.
Got a 5 and a 6.
Beautiful. All right. So we got to make the connection between two words, the first being
Cheese.
and the second being
Gangsters.
cheese gangsters.
Well, I'm already there.
Yeah. All right. We got 11 turns to get there. So not including the first one, I'll toss it over to Luke.
Yep.
Cheese.
American.
Flag.
Justice.
Eagles.
Flying.
Airplane.
Teamwork.
Organized
Crime.
thugs.
Gangsters.
Yeah.
No?
I thought that was one out. I thought it was one over.
I thought he hit me with 10.
I can't count. I'm just waving my hand.
Gangsters.
Double up on that. Double up.
Double up on that. Double up.
You
on
keep
that.
us honest out there. Was that 10 or was that 11?
All right. Well, guys, conspiracy theories. Okay. I got one for you. This one is right up our alley. If you would turn your attention to Velocity Chaos high-tech board over here, we're talking about lizard people.
Oh, god dang. Those therianthropes.
The therianthropes. Guys, this is for real happening in our midst as we speak right now, every single day. These are called reptilians, also known as reptoids, archons, reptiloids, saurians, draconians, or just plain lizard people.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they are here and here to stay. They're from outer space. They're from a place called Alpha Draconis, which, we've caught a lot of these on camera. These are sketch artists' interpretations of these. They are definitely a threat to behold here on our planet Earth. This is where they're from. That's space.
Oh, I've seen that spot.
That spot out there for all those of you listening. This is just a shot of a bunch of stars in a circle around the little
For all
cloud.
you out there listening, it's one of the stars in outer space, and that's where they come from. But look, I mean, the thing is, a lot of these guys they came down to Earth to conquer us from the inside out, and essentially they want to take over the planet. They live underground. Here's the thing: they're all mysterious, and they're all a real part of the counterculture, or the culture, if you will. They're building the culture, but from the ground up, literally from under the ground up. They live underground subway stations, underground bunkers, And essentially, the reason we haven't caught them yet is they're shapeshifters as well. So they've decided to take over governments and popular halls of culture and essentially influence us from the inside out. They're shapeshifters, so it's hard to catch them. They love to drink blood, which is something that regularly sustains them. Human blood, by the way. So they're
Good
feeding.
stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely dated a couple of these then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see them coming from a mile away. And they're really big into orgies, apparently. There's a lot of sexual, kinky stuff that these reptilioids are into.
You'll see those people with their eyes blinking sideways at some of those events. So, yeah, those are the reptilians.
Yeah.
Those archons.
If you're with that lover, that partner, that whoever at the shag house, they're probably a reptilian overlord. But like I said, again, I just want to turn our attention back to the screen for you as at home. We're just going to describe this for you. But essentially, they are big into propaganda. This is how they're controlling our minds. They're conditioning us to become just more pliable to their will, bending us to their intentions for planet Earth. It started with the Geico Gecko.
Mm-hmm. I believe it. I never trusted that British gecko one bit.
Yeah, he comes across really friendly, but it's just conditioning us to speak with them in their natural form. They eventually want to drop the shape-shifting, I'm sure, and just they can be themselves, be comfortable in their own skin, or skins if they're shedding that month.
That's why he's always carrying on a coffee. He's trying to make us feel like he's one of us, like just adapting. He's selling insurance.
Exactly.
Oh, I got a home just like you. It's below the dirt.
No, it's just a cup of warm blood is what that is.
That's right, dude. Why do we never see what's in the cup?
Why do we
Because
never
it's already half drank.
Yep.
It's already half drank. Those cookies aren't really cookies.
No.
They're Xanax pills. You're just trying to lull the neighbors into stupor. Yeah.
And they know we love cute stuff. So yeah, let's just send out a mini us, and then he's just gonna win their hearts one policy at a time.
One auto policy at a time, one house policy at a time. That's how they do it.
That makes sense. How else would they fund their underground shenanigans?
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that with no money. They got to have pickaxes and stuff. Lizards are strong, but still.
Yeah, they gotta have the scams.
Yeah. See, homeowners insurance was designed by the reptilians for sure, and that's just one of their main sources of income on planet Earth. And they've even passed laws that we have to have it. So it's just brilliant.
Yeah, they're underground digging and making tunnels and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, homeowners insurance doesn't cover earthquakes. Sorry." Gotcha.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Coincidence? I think not.
That way they're not liable for their own missteps. But they also have invaded Hollywood. They've also invaded TV. They've invaded New York City and all the showbiz there. We're even nominating and giving them our highest awards. Shape of Water was an Oscar winner. Everyone thinks it's a fish person. No, man, he's a reptilian for sure, through and through. They got us thinking and fantasizing about falling in love with them, and whatever pops out of a little shell down between their legs, that's something that they want us, sucking off of.
They got us right where they want us. You get suckling at the teat of their lizard breasts.
Dude, Steele was right, man. He told me, he's like, Shape of Water gave you an Oscar. It's just about banging reptile fish people. That's all it's about. That's this whole movie.
Yep.
And that's where I think some of those Cthulhu mythologies come from. We're worried about the star lizard people that came down, but we also got to worry about the Atlanteans, and this guy is probably a crossbreed, or they have an alliance, with the Atlanteans, and they're essentially just invading. This is a gift from the lizard rulers to the Atlanteans, essentially, just to be like, hey, these people are cool too. Fish people matter, it's kind of how it goes.
Fish lives.
Spider-Man, they got him in there too. They got reptile guy running around. Spider-Man.
He was on the surface.
Same thing.
Exactly. So, and then even in music, guys, any Katy Perry music video, she's from outer space lizard person. They just are trying to help us conform to the idea of extraterrestrial life, that they're cool, that they're friendly, that they're sexy, that they, have big blue eyes, and they're so cool. So they've even invaded our music industry, and we have a slide up right now of one of Katy Perry's more iconic ones about E.T. and all that. So lizard people, man, they're working us from all sides.
If that's what they're pushing, I'm for it. That's cool with me at this point. I like me some Katy Perry.
Yeah. Hey, man, you get what you can get when you're a plebe, under the lizard rulers. So,
yep.
I'm all down for it. And then finally, I know we talked about movies there for a second, but I mean, they do it every year. And, Jurassic World Dominion, they even get to the point where they're putting it right in front of our faces, guys. Like, nice try at lulling us into acceptance of a world where, you didn't even have to live underground and mankind walked with giant lizards. I mean, it's literally in the film. Too bad it was a shit movie. Otherwise, it might have worked if it had just been a better film. I have the poster up here right now. A lot of cast in that. But they literally have, dinosaurs walking by elephants, and we're like, yeah, hey, that's cool. That's normal. I'm all down for that.
And they want us to be cool. Like, oh yeah, that's your great grandpappy. Yeah, right. Not gonna fool me with that one. I'm still not coming over for Sunday brunch. Okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah, that's just their nephew who's who's just a giant triceratops that's just like hiding out underground. So there's examples of real life reptilians caught in the wild. Or caught in the public eye, I should say. A few years ago, there was this guy who is essentially he's a Secret Service member who is guarding Barack Obama during his term, and people kept seeing him at this one event. And look, you can see. I'm describing this picture for our listeners out there. You can see less of an ear hole, more of an ear slit. Yep. You can see almost no nose going on here. So we got a Voldemort cousin right here, and
straight gill type deals going on. What the heck is that?
Yeah. So this guy, is proof, exhibit A, of who's out there running. And look, high level office. He's probably not even a security guard. He's probably just whispering into Barack's ear at the time of hey, don't say that. You need to step off this. You need to push this a little more. So he's more of an advisor, I think, rather than a security officer.
Get that people that health care.
Yeah. They throw us a bone every once in a while, where they're like, yeah, these people are starting to get cranky. Let's give them some free stuff. Okay, then there they go. We got another one, another high-end royal family here. We got the royal family. Oh no, sorry, skipping really quick to George Bush. George Bush Sr. This is the American royal family, but as you can see, most people accept that George Bush is a reptilian overlord, has offspring reptilian overlords. Yep, you see it right there,
dude.
DJ.
He's got reptile eyes.
He's got the reptile eyes right there. This was taken a little bit, after his presidency, I would say, probably when he let his guard down a little bit.
Yeah, he didn't need to put on his contact lenses.
Yeah, exactly. They're shapeshifters.
My daddy's not one of the lizard people. I'm telling you, he's not. He's good old Texan boy.
I think Bill's in the clear. He would have made those mistakes within his regime. So keep moving on here. Here we go. Here's the royal family. The royal family. You can see right here. Queen Elizabeth, clearly mid-transformation. For the listeners at home, her eyeball is clearly malformed as she's transforming live, probably at some big event, maybe one of the weddings in public. But I don't know. Have you guys seen Prince William? I mean, Prince William is an alien. I don't think Prince Harry is. I don't know if he's adopted. I also have a theory that Prince Harry is a reptilian overlord, but he likes us, so he's kind of turncoated against the other reptilian overlords. That's my opinion.
He might be our savior.
He's probably the chosen one.
Which one is which?
The one with the X on it is the bad reptilian, and the one with the check mark is the good reptilian.
Oh, he's got a lizard head all day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't even
Case
bother.
in point.
He's like, I'm not even gonna try to generate hair.
You can't even try to tell me that queen had a bad case of pink eye. That's full reptilian eye right there.
Full reptilian eye, and she definitely is clear and all right. And then finally, the greatest reptilian of them all. Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh my God.
Mark Zuckerberg, I mean, not only is he just clearly the worst reptilian transformer, he cannot cover himself up at all. He failed those classes in college because he was too busy studying manipulation 101. He's probably one of the greatest manipulators of our time. Zuckerberg, definitely.
Either that, I'm pretty sure I saw him in Ice Age.
Yeah, that's right. They just decided to skip the mocap for Sid and just had Mark play him before he was.
He's a shapeshifter.
But that's reptilians getting in our Hollywood again.
Yep.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So I mean, have you guys heard of this? You guys heard any reptilian stuff? Or
I've definitely heard about this. They're under there. I know that Las Vegas, there's a whole underground society of people, probably reptilian people living down there.
Reptile sewer people.
Yep, they're gonna come up. They're gonna take over when the time is right. Government's trying to divide us already in the media. They're just trying to drive that wedge, and these reptilians they're just waiting for that moment to pounce.
They're just waiting to get us when we're not looking.
This is where all that eyes wide shut shit comes from. Because they're like the reptiles are into the big orgies, and everyone's like, it's the spotted owl society. It's like, no, it's the dark reptile society hanging out having their orgies in the woods.
The Scaly Lizard Society is what it should have been called. Kubrick got kicked out.
It's all a fetish. They're just lizard people having orgies in human form. It's like a furry, but for the reptile people. It's the same thing.
Those scalies.
Yeah, the scalies.
The scalies. Anyway, I mean, look, guys, 12 million people. I read this great Guardian article from The Guardian. It was probably written by a reptilian just lulling us into complacency. No, I'm serious. The Guardian wrote that 12 million people in the United States believe that we are ruled by reptilian overlords. 12 million people in this country. And
I feel like that's low.
You feel like that's low? It's probably higher than that. The point that some of the researchers talked about, I mean, there's no real way to debunk this. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, how do you go see, this guy is not a reptilian? Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. That doesn't prove our point. Like, it doesn't help us at all. But I think there's a couple of things you could talk about here. Keeping secrets is really hard, especially for our government. I mean, I just pulled a couple quick examples off the top of my head. I mean, Watergate, that if they wanted to cover that up, if the reptilians wanted to cover that up, why wasn't that covered up? You got the Tuskegee study, which was where they were essentially giving syphilis to African American sharecroppers and then just like watching them, not giving them penicillin, which they knew could actually take care of the illness. That finally came to light and was squarely pointed at the government because it's covered up there. And then, Bill Clinton's scandal during his time in office. I mean, why would they want to cover up? They've been good at covering up orgies up until that point, and then it was like they let one slip out. Like, I don't know.
I don't ever let it slip out.
Now the thing is, they want us looking where they want us looking, and on the other, they're showing you with the left hand over here, like, look at me, and then with the right hand, they're doing what they want to be doing.
Right, and that's where this is a pretty airtight conspiracy theory. There's hard ways; it's not easy to disprove it. But I also go back to when we talked about the weather manipulation segment in last season's conspiracy theory, where the amount of people and the amount of coordination that it would take for all the humans that would be involved in this conspiracy is just unreal. The logistics around that, right? Like, think about all the people who would have to lie and be paid off or be manipulated or invited to orgies.
Or they're all scaly people. They're all reptilians. They're in on it.
They just keep eating people and then replacing them with a lookalike. It's your time to come upstairs.
Got my ticket.
My name is Cody. Cody Brown. And finally, I just have this one bit of just logical thinking that I was trying to wrap my brain around of. If these shape-shifting aliens have enough tech to fly to Earth from a star cluster millions of light years away and likely have better physical capabilities than humans, why would they spend decades tunneling around with melon ballers trying to undermine our society instead of annihilating us with their serpent guns? That's my question. Is why we've all seen Independence Day. They just come cruising down, firepower only. Why would they spend decades trying to just do it the other way?
It's probably because they watched Independence Day, because you know what happens? America wins, baby girl.
That's right. Dropping bombs, baby.
That's right. We have a fucked up government, but it's okay. We'll figure it out in the end.
1776, Will Smith, Independence Day. I'm pilot. I fly the airplane.
I got you on why they're not doing it.
Okay.
So let's go to video games real quick. So you play video games, you get all powered up and everything. You run through the game with all your super guns and super abilities, and you fly through. After a while, that gets boring. What are these speedrunners doing nowadays? They're running Resident Evil games or other games or Dark Souls games with just a knife. They're trying to beat all these bosses, no power-ups, pure skill. So that's what these reptilians are doing. They've done this hundreds of thousands of times before. They are just getting settled in. They're playing the long game. They know they gotta, go back and forth and kill some rats in the sewer for a while, and then they'll be strong enough. They're just waiting for the right time for this speed run, and then they're gonna go off.
We're like a wild game reserve for space.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Less scary predator. Got it.
Yeah.
Listen, man, Men in Black was a documentary, okay? So you're not catching me so easy on this one. I know we went to space, but that was just the tip of the iceberg. These guys been there before we were, okay? Those craters weren't formed by no rocks.
They just had to change certain names and species instead of reptiles. It was bugs, and just to make it look close enough. No, I hear you, Luke. I hear you. But really, at the end of the day, I think what's important to recognize is that conspiracy theories. I found this really great quote in the Guardian article, and this is kind of getting down to the real deal here, seriousness wise. Research. This is from the Guardian. Research has shown that feelings of powerlessness and uncertainty are associated with a tendency to believe in conspiracies. This is from Karen Douglas, professor of social psychology at the University of Kent in the UK. And I just wanted to point it out that if you or other people in your life, less you, because these are tactics of helping people with paranoia, if a loved one that you know or a friend that you know is suffering from paranoia and really deep down into the lizard people conspiracies, there's a couple things you can do to help them out. First, recognize their pain. It's typically coming from an inside place, loss of control, people buying into conspiracy theories because they feel like they're smaller than the larger sum of all the parts. Don't argue with their mistaken beliefs or instantly dismiss them. This just kind of throws up roadblocks for you to connect with them and help them get help. But you also have to protect yourself. Third thing, set boundaries so that you're not getting too overwhelmed by just kind of like the turbulence of talking to somebody with this. Simplify how you communicate. Don't get into semantics. Just kind of be straight to the point about proof and about facts. And then the two last things: encourage exercise and promote relaxation. These are both things that can help kind of repeal some of the feelings that they might have and help them kind of maybe put their effort and energy into things that are more beneficial to them. And I also just want to say, if you believe you or someone you know is suffering from paranoid personality disorder, you can call the National Alliance on Mental Health at 1-800-950-6264, and they can put you in the right direction to make sure that you guys get help out there. So though we make light of it, it can get serious.
Yeah, no, I'd say really push the exercise and relaxation, because when they show up, you got to have your cardio in check. And I can't have you freaking out if you're by my side. I need you to get calm, because we need a plan and we need to stick together, because they're coming.
They're coming for us.
That's a really good point. Aren't you sick and tired of that annoying ringing that your cellular device is always doing because you're so popular? We can fix that problem with our new top-of-the-line high-end device, Phone. Phone has all the features you want and none of the ones you don't. Phone has 500-megapixel camera, two 200-megapixel cameras, and 3 50-megapixel cameras, and 12 5-megapixel cameras. The speakers on Phone will blow you away with their deep low tones and carry you away with their angelic high tones. All of your favorite social media apps are pre-installed for you to easily browse away for hours on end. The processor is snappy, the RAM is abundant, and the storage capacity is infinite. Phone is packed with every feature that you can imagine. The one thing it doesn't do is make phone calls, because those are dumb and annoying. So get Phone today for $499 down and 20 monthly payments of a nickel. If you use code VCPhone, you can get Phone for just $499 down payment. What a deal. What a deal! So get Phone in your life, because it has all the features that matter. This is not an actual product service idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation. Offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
Are you smarter than a podcaster? Are you smarter than these podcasters? You think you're smarter than a podcaster? Well, let's find out. I love that riff when it just hits. Just play it every day, because that's right. It's A-Stap time. Are you smarter than a podcaster? We're about to find out. I hope you guys are paying attention and keeping track of your scores because we want to find out if you're smarter than Luke, if you're smarter than Nick, or are you smarter than both of them combined? Or not. You might not be. Gentlemen, are you ready to find out?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready to find out. If I'm smarter than myself, let's go.
All right. Let's start it off here. Let's dig into the sports. I know a lot of our chaotics out there have been jonesing for some sports trivia. How many national championships has the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan, won in his professional career?
I got my answer.
Oh, man.
Bet you there's somebody out there who's going along who's like, oh, best basketball player of all time. They were going to say somebody other than Michael Jordan. But they're wrong.
Yeah.
And you are not smarter than a podcast.
You don't get a point for that one.
It's immediate 0.
Who do you think?
All right, I got my
You
answer.
talking Bill Russell? You talking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? You talking LeBron James?
No, I'm not.
What's your answer?
Well, just to point out, I have 8 total on the season. You have 1 total on the season.
It's a strong one.
So I have some to give. I'm gonna go with 5. Final answer.
I'm going to say 6.
Gentlemen, the final answer is 6. Yeah! 6 rings. You need 2 hands to count them. That's why he's got him. He doesn't just have 1 hand. He's got 2.
Okay.
And you can put 6 on
I was
2
close.
hands.
At least I was close.
Back to back. Well, not back to back 3. It was a 3-peat. Play some baseball and then another 3-peat.
That's right. That's right. Luke coming in with a strong 1.
That's all I need.
Turn
I'm
around.
done.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get one answer right.
Moving on to number 2. The Statue of Liberty was gifted to the United States by what country? Bonus point if you can tell me the year.
No.
I'm gonna say.
I
It's your
got
answer.
my
Your
my answer. If you are ready over there, it was a gift for the peoples of America. Yeah, you let me know when you're ready over there. I have my answer.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say France, and I will say in the year 1927.
Good guess. That's a good guess. I'm gonna say France as the country, and I'm gonna say 1914 as the year.
Ooh, okay. We have 2 for France, 1914 and 19, what was it?
27.
27. Gentlemen, very good. You each get 1 point because it was France, and the bonus point answer was 1885.
Ooh.
Okay.
The French people gave us that big old gift. It was an alliance. It was in honor of the alliance between our 2 countries after the American Revolution. So,
Okay.
just funny. Like that's just taking sides, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you just crushed Britain. Cool. We're tight now, bro.
Yeah, got
Cool,
you.
right? We're cool. Number 3. Who first recorded and had a hit with the song Tracks of My Tears in 1965?
Tracks
Yep.
of my tears.
Who first recorded that hit song, Tracks of My Tears, in 1965?
Oh my God! No one knows that.
do.
No one's ever heard that song
You
before.
listen to DJ's playlist, you would know it.
Tracks of my tears.
Can we get a genre?
Genre? It's like soul-ish.
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 Okay.
Tracks of my tears. I'm thinking it's probably a woman, right? Like it's got to be a
I
woman.
don't know. Maybe.
That's kind of like at that time.
I got to guess if he's saying soul.
I'm gonna say Aretha Franklin.
That's who I'm saying. I'm saying Aretha Franklin.
I love how you just hear them both and you're like, we're not covering the spread,
Yeah.
which is okay, but you didn't get it because it's Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
Okay.
It was a miracle because that song was a good jam. If you haven't heard it, go listen. Okay, well, that takes us to number 4. This is a long one. There's little facts here. This achievement in horse racing is completed when a horse and a rider win the Preakness Stakes, the Kentucky Derby, and the Belmont Stakes. What is this achievement called?
I have my answer.
Okay, go for it.
You have an answer?
Yeah.
Oh, you ready? Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. The Triple Crown.
The Triple Crown.
Triple Crown. That's why we put it at question number 4, because it is the Triple Crown. The Triple Crown. That'd be cool. It'd be a cool win. I don't even know who last time.
Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit.
Now, wasn't there one that was vying for a couple
can't-
years
I thought it was
ago?
Came
Pharaoh.
Yeah, American Pharaoh.
American Pharaoh. I thought it was close.
All right. Moving on to number 5. This brings us to some conspiracy theory. What major tech company dropped their formerly official motto, "Don't be evil," in 2018?
Oh gosh, this is a tech company.
What major tech company
Don't be evil.
dropped their formerly official motto, "Don't be evil"? It happened in 2018.
Tech company, what?
Yep.
This has got to be a play on words of some kind. You know, it's got to be some sort of like tongue in cheek, and then it was like, no, we really can't call it this.
I can't even imagine something that's out there that even had that in the begin with. Like, where did it start? Of "Don't be evil."
That's like something we would do on the podcast, like just to be funny, to be coy.
Clock is ticking.
This
so
one's got
one's
me
tough,
stumped.
and it's a tech company. So I'm just gonna go.
Give me a second before you spout.
Yeah, don't be evil.
Brew it up, brew it up, brew it up.
Evil. Like 10 seconds. I'm sorry. So it's one time.
This tech
One
company.
time when
There's once
people
upon a
being
time there's
evil.
a tech company.
It's not the lizard people or Frank Riddell.
I was going that way. So.
This one's hard. I'm definitely getting sacrificed for this one. All right, you ready? Because I'm just gonna put out a
tech company.
in 2018. So that was 5 years ago. Damn.
Don't be evil. What is that even?
This is 5 years ago. Wow.
Ah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm gonna go with it. I got it.
I don't even have anything like. Okay, I got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like Bethesda game studio.
I'm just gonna say Microsoft. Like that's all I got.
You're gonna get
Wasted
this
enough
right.
time.
You're gonna get this right. I'm gonna hate you for it.
Guys, who runs the world? Normally the answer is Beyonce, but this time
Google.
it's Google.
It is
Oh,
Google.
wow.
That was actually their official company motto is "Don't be evil," and then they're like, "No, we can be evil.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh.
We'll be evil." Yep.
Yeah,
Probably lizard people.
getting hammered.
That takes us halfway through A-Stap. I hope everybody's following along out there. Make sure you got your scores ready. DM us. Let us know what you got. Number 6. What is a group of lions called?
I got it.
Go for it.
A pride.
A pride.
A pride.
Actually, just pride.
a pride.
Don't give him a point.
It is one of the sins, too. It is a pride of lions.
Oh, he doesn't get a point. You didn't say pride.
A pride. A pride, a pride. It would be a pride of lions. I watched Lion King. Simba's pride. Come on, baby. Number 7. You know what time it is. It's presidential trivia time.
Dang it.
Just when I thought we were about to escape.
Which president was responsible for the New Deal? It was a series of programs to bring about economic relief in the Great Depression.
I got my
We're going
answer.
to narrow it down for you.
That doesn't any help. Oh wait. Oh,
What
Jesus.
president
Wait,
was
hold on.
responsible
What was it?
for the New Deal?
Yeah, I had the wrong one. It was not who I thought it was.
I have 2 in my head, and I don't think I got them right, but I'm going to...
Hold, give me a second. I was in the wrong century.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. New Deal.
Got a New Deal.
Great Depression, you said?
Which depression?
depression?
Which depression had a president? Which president was responsible for the New Deal? Economic relief programs during the Great Depression.
Damn, I can't think of his name.
We got to spread it, so hopefully you have
yeah.
one and I have one.
I have I'm going with this one. I got.
You should both say the first name that you're thinking of, and then like he'll springboard. I don't know.
No, I actually don't know the first name, so I'm just using the last name.
Oh.
That's
I'm
fair.
going with Hoover.
That's probably better than I was going to say Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
He's going with Hoover, and he's going with
I might be
Franklin
late.
Delano Roosevelt. Good thing you went with Hoover, Nick, because it's actually Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR, baby. FDR.
Wow. Jeez.
Hoover's a good guess, though. Hoover's a really good guess because he had his own program. He built that big
So
damn
frustrated.
thing.
So flustered right now.
All right. 3 more to go. Gentlemen, what is a... I'm going to butcher this word. I'm going to try really hard. Pluviometer used to measure.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
All right,
Yeah,
here, hold on, wait, here. I got it. All right, let's
You get all the easy ones.
we'll get him the easy one. Oh, here you go. We'll let the Don't Be Evil company pronounce it.
Pluviometer.
Yeah.
Can you say it again?
Pluviometer.
Can
Yeah,
you
I said it right.
in a sentence?
Pluviometer.
Yeah, you're good. My bad. I'm sorry.
I
Pluviometer.
used my pluviometer today.
So what do they? What is it? What does it measure?
Yes. What does a pluviometer measure?
Okay.
no, shut up.
Stop telling me.
What does a pluviometer measure?
I think I got it. I have my guess.
How do you spell that?
Pluviom eater.
Pluviometer.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead, Luke.
You got your answer?
Sure.
Sure. I'm gonna say. What didn't we come ahead of a question? It was like a pluviophile, like last year at some point.
I don't remember that.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Answer it with that though. Yeah. Answer it with that.
I'm going. It's wrong now, but I was gonna say it's something with cloud, like amount of clouds in the sky or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna guess a pluviometer measures the amount of like air somebody can hold in their lungs.
Okay. Okay. Air that can hold your lungs and cloud cover. Luke, you're getting there. You're getting there. It's something the clouds make. It's rainfall.
Should have known.
The amount of precipitation in a given time.
That's ballpark.
Yeah, man. Ballpark.
Ballpark.
Yeah, dude.
Not inside. I'm outside the ballpark.
It's out.
I made it there. I just didn't have a ticket.
Yeah, man. You're watching from behind the fence. You're on your tippy toes.
You're the kid in the tree and Angels in the Outfield is like watching in through the with the binoculars.
All right, let's take a spin on over some pop culture, some music trivia.
Yikes.
This singer-songwriter had a #1 hit in both the U.S. and the U.K. All you Brits out there, you know him. In 2017 with the song titled Perfect.
Who the heck's gonna know that?
Probably your wife.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Yahtzee!
I know it. Or I think I have a guess. I have my guess. It's a guess. It's a guess. That's all it is.
I can picture someone. He's a piano player, but I don't know his name. So I have my guess.
You have your guess?
It's not the right guy. Oh wait, I got it now.
Damn it.
Okay, I think I have a new guess.
Damn it.
Okay.
No, you were locked in. You got to say the old one because I know you probably know it now. It
No,
probably
it's
jumped
not.
into your head right at the last
No,
second.
it's not.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran.
No, I would say John Legend.
Legend.
If it's John Legend, I swear I'm throwing this bottle of Jones across the room.
Oh my gosh, you were on a tear, but it's Ed Sheeran.
Nice. Good job.
God, okay.
Yeah,
That makes
man.
more sense.
He's a 6-string picker, all right. But he's got them sweet, sweet tunes, man. All the girls love him. All the ladies love him. But that takes us to number 10. And it's not a perfect 10 for you guys, but maybe it will be next time. But what was the name of the character played by Marlon Brando in The Godfather?
I just laugh because, like, how many times does this character come up on this show?
Does
I
it?
mean, all the time.
Does it really?
You played a character on Dungeons and Dragons named after this guy. I should have said that. Luke didn't know his name up until that moment, but
That was a real bro move over there.
yeah, there.
I thought you were throwing me off the trail.
We all come in right at the
Yeah.
at the end here. Okay, so now we know it.
Well, hopefully it's an Ed Sheeran perfect moment.
Yeah.
You got your answer.
I'm going to say John Legend. No, Frankfurt Yellow Jackets. No. I'll go with Alfonso Corleone, unless Nick threw me off the trail.
Oh, there's a difference. I'm going with Corleone.
Ooh, we were all confident like 5 seconds
I'm
ago.
going with Vito Corleone. If we all remembered the Oscar trivia that I brought up last year, I feel like you would know this. And now that there's a technical difference here, I'm going to leave it up to the judge, but
Oh, these cinemaphiles, boy.
I was just going to say The Godfather originally.
It was not. You would have been wrong with that. That's for damn sure.
I'm going to say
Luke, I hate to do it to you.
It's
It is not Alfonso
It's okay.
Corleone.
I got-
Nick, it is Don Vito Corleone.
Oh,
I
it
don't
is.
get no Vito
Don Corleone.
It
You're
is-
wrong.
Vito Corleone. You are correct, sir.
You know why? Because that's that we did that segment, the Oscar
That's it.
trivia.
Nice.
Both Marlon Brando won, and then Robert De Niro won for Vito Corleone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You
Does
guys
that
are
mean we tied up?
paying
don't know.
attention. Paying attention. Wait, tied up.
No, I'm looking here.
Oh,
here.
we looking at
We gotta
how
check.
do we do? How
So
do we do?
look, we got to be a little more competitive on the show. So Luke got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Wow.
and Nick got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there we go.
that.
But we covered the spread. That's right. We got total between us. Looks like 7. So
Hey.
we're hanging tight in there. So that's 13 for Nick and a big grand total of 6 for Luke. And total, we're looking at 15.
Way to step it up. Way to step it up.
I'm showing up.
Get you,
You're
man.
showing-
I'm
you're
showing
carrying.
up and showing out.
Showing up, showing out.
You're carrying.
Yes,
Oh, that
sir.
last topic, that was exciting. I know what I'm going to sleep well tonight. Hell, I know I'm going to sleep like a coddled baby. Just like I have a horse head in my bed. When was the last time you slept like a baby? That's right. When you were a baby. But now, with Sleep Like a Baby pillow system, you'll be able to do just that. Sleep like a baby. Pillow system is customized to your body so that you are the size of a baby in comparison. The slab pillow system allows you to configure your pillow setup so that you can rest your sweet little head in any position. A few slab system favorites are bent elbow, sturdy shoulder, and my personal favorite, busty chest. That's right. Get your Sleep Like a Baby pillow system today using code VCSLAB for a bonus heated bottle gift. Warm some milk, tea, or even whiskey to help put you to sleep. Sleep like a baby tonight. Today! This is not an actual product, service, or idea, just in case you thought it was. It's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware, have no affiliation, and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea. All right, let's get into this final segment here for the Velocity Chaos podcast this episode. And we're doing something a little new. A few guys have, we've been receiving some emails from you fantastic listeners, and some of them are containing those questions, and we would like to be of assistance. So we want to implement our services. So if you do have any questions or comments or funny stories, something whimsical, or you just want to vent, you can always send us an email at velocitychaospodcast@gmail.com. And I think we might have some new ones on the way. But anywho, we're going to, or you can send us DMs. So we'll get into it, anyone who wants to reach out. But before we do that, for our first advice segment of Dear Velocity Chaos, I didn't want to jump straight into your guys' questions. I wanted to dive back into something that's already established and see how they kind of handle all these questions and queries. So we will see how they would handle the situations, how we would handle the situations, and check out that original advice from these 1800s advice columns that I found.
Loving it.
All right. So are you guys ready for these? These are coming from Federal Union. This one's July 14th, 1868.
Remember it like it was yesterday.
All right. So if someone came to you and said, I got a nail in my foot, how should I take care of this situation?
All right, you gonna let me tackle that one? Okay. I would say if you got a nail in your foot, the first thing you should definitely do, and this is back in the 1800s, or this right
You
now?
could right now. It could be any period in between.
Okay.
What advice would you
in the
give?
1970s, you would. No, right now you definitely call 911 because you never know. There is some important stuff in the foot and in the feet that may be poked and prodded and completely ruptured. So you definitely want to get the ambulance coming your way. And nails and feet are pretty serious, I would say. You got tetanus possibilities and infection possibilities. So you're going to want to get that treated. This isn't just a day-to-day splinter or paper cut. So call 911, make sure the bleeding is stopped, and say, look where you're going next time.
Yeah. DJ Finish Line, what you got anything to add?
Mine's more of a summary. You just take that mother out. Just get rid of it. What are you doing? Get rid of that thing. I mean, well, first of all, you better make sure you can, you're not nailed into something else that's holding something up, because you don't know how they get that nail there.
Yeah.
Maybe they nailed right through it and they're still holding a board up to the house. You better make sure that thing's secured before you take it
They
out.
got to come to me, please.
Yeah.
I can't move this door frame.
I need to make a house call.
Yeah, I'd say throw some isopropyl alcohol on there. Just yank that bad boy out. Maybe hit some with the Neosporin or Bactine.
Get a little tetanus.
Yeah, do all that stuff. You don't need to go to the hospital. You're fine. Just rub some dirt on it. All that. So this is what they say. To relieve from a terrible effect of running a nail in the foot of man or horse, take peach leaves, bruise them, apply to the wound, confine with bandage, and the cure as if by magic. Renew the application twice a day if necessary, but one application usually does the work. I have cured both man and horse in a hoof when they are apparently on the point of having the lockjaw.
Oh my God.
These recipes remembered and practiced will save many valuable lives. So those
Both
Wow.
man and horse.
yes, these bruised peach leaves.
Bruise you like a peach. Guys, that's brilliant. Peach leaves. Unless you live north of Mason-Dixon line, then where are you going to find some peach leaf? Like down in Georgia, you're just going to be like, oh, don't worry about it, buddy. And you go over here, like grab it off the tree, you like rub it in your hand, slap it on there. You're like, there you go, horse, get out of here. You're good.
I'll say the Midwestern version. You go stick that bad boy in the snow. Just ice that sucker down.
Straight ice.
Just ice it up, baby.
Stick it in the fishing hole.
Like this is like one of those situations where they tell you in school you have to describe it like no one's ever seen it before. This is an Explailian scenario. You got to muddle those bad boys up, wipe on, and it's if by me.
Your pestle and whatever.
You just carry it with you wherever you go.
All right, here's one. So what if you have someone they're like, I'm talking to my neighbor, and I just can't get a word in edgewise. They're just a lot of talking going on. So what would you give advice to someone who either they talk too much or they can't get enough? They can't get their side in. Give both sides.
Can't get both sides in. They can't get okay.
So one person talks too much and they're realizing it now. Like, how do I stop talking too much? And then on the other flip side is like, I'm with someone who's talking all the time.
Well, you just take your leftover peach leaves and just chew on them a little bit, and they actually taste pretty good. But at least the mastication will keep you from jabbering away and boring your nice neighbor there.
Yeah. This is a 2 ears, 1 mouth type scenario. You know what I mean? You gotta listen twice as much as you talk. That's the idea. So if you're on that side of it, I just be a little more cognizant. Say, hey, I maybe got to respond. I have to make sure I'm listening, so I have to respond with something else that they said. But if you can't get a word in edgewise, then sometimes you go, "Hey, Sarah, you know what I thought?" A little aggressive.
So this is for managing your own chattiness, right?
It could be it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have one for managing your own chattiness, right?
Yeah.
Shut up for a second. I'm gonna talk. So the idea is, I always think, if I think I'm talking too much, you got to be a little self-aware for this. But if you're a little self-aware and you think you're talking too much, you just pretend that the person across from you, whatever they're going to say next, is going to come up on a quiz later that could win you $100. And it's just a little mind game that you play with yourself. But if you're like, oh, hey, like I'm going to treat this person like I could potentially win $100, you're going to listen to the words, try to pick out the key moments of what they're saying, and try to remember something like that. So I don't know. That's a little fun piece of advice to game the system a little bit.
Yeah, game the system a little bit.
Alternatively, start a podcast, record over 120 hours of content, start advertising on social media, practice it with 3 of your friends in a basement, call it something clever like a Hexapod Soundhouse, and get really, really good at listening to your friends talking, bantering back and forth, and then botch it up when you have to record it.
Every time, 100 odd times. Do that. So let's see. No one. I can't add anything. I guess if you talk too much, ask questions.
Okay.
And then like DJ finished and said, if they're talking too much, you say, "Oh, I left my stove on." No one wishes that conversation should be pleasant to his neighbor as well as himself. Should speak more than 2 or 3 sentences at once. However much he may have to say, it will be all the more agreeably said for giving others the opportunity of assenting, illustrating, qualifying, or even contradicting. The ball needs to be returned by the opposite player to make a lively game. So it's a lively game.
This sounded like a Laurence Olivier's Oscar acceptance speech, where you're just like, the birds flourish, grass grows, and all the glowingness of the world abounds. It's just like, what are you saying?
Who's he talking to?
This guy's like writing "shut up," but he's using like 100 words.
Here, you talked about grass here. This one's from 1868 here as well in May. To remove stains, how would you advise removing stains?
Oh, I mean, typically you got a Target, you got a Walmart right down the street. You go get yourself. I'm a Shout guy. I like getting me some Shout, maybe some OxyClean.
OxyClean.
Willie Mays, baby. I saw you need to stir that up in the bucket real nice. You get a little bit of that, spray it on the stain, let it sit about 5 minutes. Scrub it up. Throw some spicy water on there. Old school used to be throw a club soda on there.
Soda and salt.
Club soda and salt. And then you scrub that bad boy out, toss a fan on it so it doesn't stay wet and get your socks all wet. You're good to go.
You're a much more mature man than I. Stains are pains for me. I can't get rid of them no matter what it is. I mean, you could take a Sharpie and mark it on this black shirt, and it would somehow show up, and I'd never be able to get it. But I have a real problem with stains. I don't know why. And I'm not very good at it. I think the one thing is, and this is the only advice that I can give from experience, is don't wait. The sooner you get at it, the sooner it gets out, and the better off you are. But if you're like me, you're like, that shirt can live another day before I throw it in the wash. It's going to be on there days after.
Yeah, that's if you put it in the wash dirty, it's most likely coming out. I've found trying to get it out before you put it in the wash is the key. And I feel like this is probably good advice to this day. So table linen or any white clothes that have coffee or fruit stains on them before being put into soap suds should have boiling water turned on them, and it remain until the water is cold. So hot ass water until until it's cold. So that's a long time. If they are put into soap suds with the stains on, they will get set by it so that no subsequent washing will remove them. I feel like that's just timeless.
Nice. Okay.
So hot water, get it out, and then wash it.
Hot, get it out.
All right, this is a good one. I know you guys got some experience with this one. How do you catch rats?
Oh, do a little rat killing. Yeah, come on, Nick. You got this.
Yeah. Hey, man, you see this rat over here, dude?
Rat over here, dude?
Man, I feel like we just got to immediately defer to you on this one. This is your world. But if I had to catch rats, or if I thought I needed to catch rats, you got to put out the good stuff. Rats don't come out for nothing, So you got to get some nice Marco's Pizza, or you got to get some. No, you got forget that. You got to go to Whole Foods. You got to get some salmon bits. You got to put them in a glue trap. You got to toss it out there, and away she goes.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had much experience with rats. I'm not from New York, and I don't consider myself, that I just don't have rats. I got mice. So the closest thing, I'm a peanut butter guy. Throw on the old classic snap trap.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and a snap trap. That gets them every time.
Every time.
Alternatively, sorry to interrupt. Alternatively, gossip catch rats a lot. Because if you're like, hey, man, did you hear what Luke was talking about the other day? And he'd be like, yeah, man, let me tell you what Luke was doing the other day. And then you're like, boom, you're a rat. Get out of here. You're going to jail. Snitches
get stitches, baby.
That's one way to do it.
Don Corleone.
Yeah, there you go.
So personally, rats are neophobic, which means they're afraid of like new things.
They're afraid of Keanu Reeves.
Afraid of Keanu Reeves. Neophobic. So if you put stuff out, they're going to be a little tentative each time. So maybe if you set that rat trap, you don't set it. You just put the peanut butter on there, let them eat it a few times, then you set that bad boy. Bow! Got them the next time through. I'd say that's one way to do it. That's probably the best way. That's how I caught a bunch in the backyard. They were digging under my garden. Okay. A little peanut butter, maybe some sunflower seeds in there. Rat traps.
Okay.
Yeah, get them with the hard stuff. So let's see how they did it in 1868. I've seen methods like this. So for catching rats in a cheap and effective manner, we recommend the following. Cover a common barrel with a stiff, stout paper, tying the edge around the barrel. Place a board so that the rats may have easy access to the top. Sprinkling cheese parings or other feed for the rats on the paper for several days until they begin to believe that they have the right to their daily rations from this source. So there's that neophobe.
They don't like Keanu Reeves back then.
Yeah, exactly. So then Place in the bottom of the barrel a piece of rock about 6 or 7 inches high, filling the water until only enough of it projects above the water for one rat to ledge upon. Now, replace the paper first, cutting across in the middle. So you're making a little platform that's going to fall when they step on it.
Oh.
And the first rat comes on the barrel, top goes right through into the water, and it climbs on the rock. The paper comes back into place, so it flops down, comes back up. The second rat follows the first. And now they're in there fighting for jockeying for pole position, trying to stay on the rock. They're making noise. Now, what that does, then they begin to fight for the dry place on the stone. The noise, which attracts the rest of the rats, and they share the same fate. So they all come in. Only one rat can get on there. They all drowned.
That's diabolical.
Wow, dude.
That's diabolical.
Yeah.
And you said they're doing this on barrels? Like,
Yeah.
I figure in the 1800s they
Shooting
didn't
rats in a barrel. There you go.
Yeah, dude. They don't have like Home Depot buckets. This just got a bunch of rat jacuzzis in there floating around town.
Rat koozies.
Yeah, dude.
No, I've seen that. You ever see those like big plastic like boxes with the rollers?
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just that I actually can watch that forever because those rats are so stupid. So dumb. You're so dumb is what I say every time one goes in there.
Silly rat.
Silly rat.
Got you good. All right, I'll just do one more. I got a couple, but I'll just do this last one. This one's just good advice. And actually, I'll just read these last two real quick. This one just says plant something. A grapevine, strawberry plant, rose bush, or even a beet or carrot. Something to care for and watch and study day by day. It will give more pleasure than any toy. Besides adding something up to your knowledge, it may perhaps be the beginning of a successful career as a fruit grower, a gardener, or a botanist. So that one is just, I agree. I got a garden, and it's so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling.
Fire up the green thumb you never knew you had.
That's
Yeah,
right.
dude. Shout out to Phil, one of our chaotics. He's got a big green thumb. We were just hanging out, and he's showing me. He's like, "Oh yeah, if you want to grow another plant, you cut it here. You don't cut it here because then it'll die." And I'm like, "Dude, it's." He's like, "Yeah, I just started doing this last year." I was like, "You're a wizard, Harry." Like,
That's awesome. You're a wizard, Philip.
You're a wizard, Phil.
Nice.
Incredible.
And this last one here, the best thing to give your enemy is forgiveness. To your opponent is tolerance. To a friend, your heart. To your child, a good example. To a father, deference. To your mother, conduct that will make her proud of you. To yourself, respect. To all men, charity. That's just that's timeless advice.
Words to live by.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
There's that one, to a child, a good example. That's Maya Angelou right there.
Yeah.
Someone's always watching.
Someone's always watching, and make sure, and like some love in there, some self courage. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Someone's always watching, so make sure you read this column and pay 5 cents a copy, and we'll be sure to give you some more good advice later.
Don't be a hero, mate. You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. It's time for Aussie News, where we go down under to check out what's going on with our Australian friends down there. I've just synopsized my story today with this title, Characters in Caskets. And I got to say, Australians continue to find ways of making me smile, even through challenges. But there's a growing trend in Australia to essentially like hot rod your caskets, where they'll get like decals of their favorite drink, or this one lady got decals of her favorite cookies. Like the whole brand and everything is painted on there. You got to check this out. The first guy, he was buried in a coffin with his team's colors, the Parramatta Eels, which is an Australian rules rugby team.
That's awesome.
And a couple bevies on there as well to send him off. Good old Chris Lewis passed away and was buried in his colors for his favorite team. He was diagnosed with cancer and with leukemia, and as he was going through it, they decided to his personality, his style was just that they were going to buy the casket while he was alive and show him that they were going to remember him for who he was. And it was just really touching. 52 years old and went through it. But they've talked to a couple funeral parlor people who have said this is actually a growing trend where families are requesting colors from their favorite team, the logo of their favorite team. Like I said, this one lady, are Knott's cookies. Literally, it's like a billboard for the cookies on it.
Mm-hmm.
And other people just, they'll instead of decorating with flowers, they'll decorate it with like a really nice fishing net and some buoys and stuff like that. So just things that are reminiscent of who the person was. And I just thought this was so touching from kind of a bit of our stuffy traditionalism in the U.S. of just like, yeah, man, trick me out when I'm on my way out is the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. That's one thing I'm thinking is like, how much are they charging for this? It's like, people, they're dead. They're not going to need their money, so they're going to pay whatever they want us to pay.
I'm just calling him. Like, you just take my casket down to the local chop shop. We could do it now and just like have the guys down there airbrush it up, and I'm sure they'll do it for $150. Like,
they just tried to sell me life insurance at work the other day. She's like, "Well, you're going to need these insurance costs are expensive." I was like, "You don't know my friends, homegirl. You give them a couple 2x4s and a rattle can of spray paint, they're going to do just fine." I'm all about this shit. You put lights on it, throw a couple bass speakers and a car battery in there.
They will stencil dicks all over that car.
Yeah. I'll say they're gonna take our caskets and put them up the bar for 2 days before they throw us in the ground.
It's a work of art. That thing's in the Louvre.
Yeah, I love Aussies, man.
That just goes to show you that in life, it doesn't have to end while you're walking 6 feet above the ground. The party can still continue 6 feet under the ground. It could be down there. You could be planting your seeds. You can be growing, sowing your seed. You can be talking with your neighbor and pitching the ball back and forth, because it's all a game. It's all a game. Winning that Triple Crown. You have your pride. You got your wheelchair, and you have your perfect song, because when you're Vito, you don't want to go to France. It's all about Italy. It's all about the home place, the place where you can place your 6 championships on the mantle. That's right, because if you don't, those reptilians, they're coming. They're gonna steal it anyway. So does it really matter? They're living underground. They're tunneling out. They're coming for us. They're pushing the divide. They're pushing their sexy, beautiful, gorgeous women with their giant eyes and beautiful singing voices right in our faces. Of course we want to go to those orgies, and that's just what we might do, and we might end up, because when it really comes down to it, we're all just having a laugh. All right, woo woo woo! We are pulling into the recommendation station right here, right now, and I'm hitting you with the cold hard facts right now. This might not be for everyone, but this has truly resonated with myself over the last several months since I started doing this. You guys, you're probably fancy people with your Jetson lifestyle, with your dishwashers, but I'm living in the Flintstone age where I got to manually wash all my dishes. And getting rubber gloves, I thought they were a pansy thing, but in December I got some rubber gloves, and they changed my world of washing dishes. Like, my problem with washing dishes, your hands get all they get all wrinkly and pruny, and then they dry out, and your hands are weird for the next few hours, and it's just feels weird. But rubber gloves, none of that happens. I'm living my best life after washing dishes. I don't need a recharge time. So yeah, even if you gotta wash big pots and pans, I'm saying get some rubber gloves. They're a game changer when it comes to the dishwashing world.
All right, man. I'll give it a shot. I'll give anything a shot one time at least.
Just gotta soak them down with the hose, baby. Let them soak.
Nah.
Do they get sweaty at all?
No. That's what Michelle's like. Oh, your hands are gonna get sweaty. And I was washing for 45 minutes. I feel my hands dry as a bone.
Well, you got ice in your veins, so
That's
you
true.
never get the sweaty hands, the palm sweats when you're nervous or anything like that. Well, I'll either do that or stick with my dishwasher, but either one. Anyway, well, thank you for that great recommendation, Luke. It's been a nice capper to a nice show. Thank you all out there for joining us. Thank you to DJ Finish Line for keeping us on point today.
Hey, guys, glad to be here to wave that checkered flag at the end of the show. Appreciate you having me out.
Really appreciate it. A little easier on the trivia next time for me, please. Thank you very much. Guys, it's been amazing to be here with you. Hopefully you are well wherever you're at. Don't forget, it's all right to be a little paranoid as long as it's balanced with a little skepticism out there. And truth is really what's right in front of you. So if you see any of those lizard people, let us know. We'd love to see a quick Snapchat of that. Otherwise, we'll catch you on the next episode. This is Nick signing off.
And this is Luke signing off. Thank you guys once again. We appreciate you each and every day. Send us any questions that you might have, any stories, any fun times that you might have and you want us to comment on or talk about here. Thank you guys. Like we always say, when the reptilians come and they put you in the ground, just ask if they can decal your casket. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.